record to my computer. Okay, so our topic tonight is on becoming a 500 a month PV coach. And so this call is kind of geared toward those of you that are newer, but not really, because this was a call that I listened to on Wednesday. And these are things that I wish I would have known when I was a new coach. So for example, like when I started coaching, or actually when I first started with 21 Day Fix and my first challenge group, my coach signed me up as a discount coach. And at the time I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, whatever, like I'll just, sign up. It's not a big deal. And then I started coaching, and then I signed everybody up that same way as discount coaches. And so I'm going to show you a graphic that's going to show how like I was built to diamond, and I was built to diamond based on just discount coaches, like no business builders. But that was just kind of down my throat, was like, hey, get to diamond, get to emerald, get to here, like sign up as many people as you can, put them as discount coaches. And so I never really understood the income side and how to build for income versus rank. And like rank is awesome. And if you're that person that likes recognition, you like rank, that's different. But I think from what I've been catching, talking to a lot of you, like the income side of it is kind of where we're all at. And, I like to be recognized too, but it gets to a point where it's like, that's awesome. But I guess I'd rather recognize myself and clap for myself when I see my bank account rather than just somebody posting on Facebook about me, right? Right. So these are some things that I'm going to try and explain it as best I can. And like Maria, don't be afraid to unmute. Kristen, ask questions, because I'm going to try and break down a lot of how you really do make money. And so any questions you have, like shoot them my way, because I'm still learning this stuff too, but I want to make sure that you guys kind of get an understanding of it as well. So I'm going to share my screen. All right. So becoming a 500 PV coach. So the first thing though I want to share with you guys. Oh, there we go. Okay. So on this call, there was a coach that's been very successful. And one of the first things that she talked about was, having good content on Facebook. And like Maria and Kristen, you guys do awesome. Like you're always posting. I always see your stuff popping up on Facebook. But I don't know if you guys ever get to a point where you're like, all right, it's 8:30. I should post something. What the heck do I post about? And so she has these 3 lists, and she starts them at the beginning of each month. And I started my list today, and she lists out 25 things that make her unique. So what are 25 things that make you unique? What makes Kristen different than Maria? What makes, me different than Maria, or whatever. So what are the 25 things that make you unique? What are 25 things that you've overcome in terms of starting your fitness journey, becoming a coach, like whatever it might be, things that you've overcome. And then 25 things that make you feel normal. So like her example with that was that she hates cleaning. So like that makes her feel normal, that she hates cleaning. And so obviously like you might not come up with 25 things at one sitting, but like tomorrow you might be doing something you're like, oh yeah, like that makes me unique. That makes me different. I'm going to jot that down. So then when it comes to be like 8:30 at night and you're like, crap, what do I post about? You can just pick one of these things, talk about it, and then kind of turn it into either talking about the accountability group or talking about you as a coach. And so this is really good for me, because if I don't plan things out at the beginning of the day of what I want to talk about, then I do get to like this time where my brain just shuts off. And I'm like, yeah, I can't think of anything creative to talk about. So this is a good thing that I'm going to start doing. And I wanted to share that with you guys too, as something to do and be a part of. Sorry, I saw the chat thing and this is great. Okay. It distracted me. So I want to encourage you to start a list today. Sorry, it's okay. I just don't want to miss a question. I don't want to miss anything. So I would encourage you to start this. I just started on a piece of paper, and I'm just always going to have it with me. And not only that, but like this kind of helps you figure out your brand. And so, what sets you apart from everybody else on our team, and what sets you apart, or what have you overcome, and kind of sharing your story in a different sense. So hopefully that helps you. I just wanted to start off with that right away, to give you some ideas and things to talk about. So I wanted to make sure that you guys understood this because, again, like this wasn't something that I really ever understood until all of a sudden I was like, I want to make more money. I wonder how I make money. And like I said, I was never taught this. So I didn't build my business this way. And so I want to make sure that you guys know everything right out the gate. Because like Kristen messaged me the other day and she's like, when do we get paid? And I was like, oh yeah, like I never really explained that. And because I forget those kind of things. So if you haven't figured it out yet, we get paid on Thursdays, but it's the week before is what actually gets put into your account. So like last week's commission and everything you would see in your bank account today. So, all right, so how you earn money from selling a challenge pack to a customer, you get $50 in commission, the all access challenge pack. Signing up somebody as a coach or a discount coach with a challenge pack, you get what's called the $50 fast start bonus. That's basically your commission. Something else I just thought of I didn't put on here, let's say you sell a tub of Energize, you would get commissions off of that as well. Now, somebody reorders Shakeology, so you sell a challenge pack today to somebody as a customer, next month they reorder Shakeology, you do get commissions off that Shakeology. On the coaching side of it, if you sign a coach up today and next month when their Shakeology goes, you do not get commissions off of coaches. So that is kind of where it is to your benefit to sign people up as a customer because you make more in commissions. Whereas when they are signed up as a coach or a discount coach, you don't get commissions off of that. But they do help build your legs and they help you with rank. So it kind of depends where you're at. If you think they're going to coach, if they want to start off with a discount. So what I usually do is, for the most part, I sign everybody up as customers. Now, I'm starting to try and build Kevin's account, so I'm asking people, I'm like, hey, do you want to start with a discount right away, or do you want to be a customer? So I'm kind of giving them the option because they can switch to coach, not a problem. But I'm just starting to give people the option right off the gate. So it's kind of up to you. It's where you're at and where you want to build and the time of the month. But I just want to make sure you guys understood that aspect of how you actually make money. So the second way is through Team Cycle bonus. And and you don't get any Team Cycle bonus until you reach Emerald rank. So Team Cycle bonus is for Emeralds, you $14. Diamonds, you get $18 a cycle. Now I will say though, those of you like who's on this call, you guys aren't officially Emerald yet. Do not ever go inactive. That means like you skip a month of Shakeology, you skip a month of the performance line. You need to purchase at least 90 PV every single month because right now you guys are accruing volume. Like these numbers right here I'm going to talk about in a second. You guys are building up your volume. And if you go into my business, I don't know what it is on the new office, but if you go my business volume, carryover volume, look and see what you have there. Because you are, as a coach, and you're staying active, you are banking in that volume. If you go inactive, you lose all of that volume. So for example, Kevin was an Emerald coach until like April of this last year. So from April until August, he was not Emerald. So he wasn't cycling at all, but his volume kept accruing. When I made him Emerald in August, for 4 weeks, he consecutively cycled and earned $250 for 4 weeks based on all that volume that had built up. And I didn't do anything with his account. I just made him Emerald. I put one person under him to make him Emerald. And for 4 weeks, his account brought me $250 because all that volume had kept coming. So right now you're building volume. So don't ever go inactive. If you're not Emerald, like right now, you only need 50 PV to be active. To be Emerald, you need 90. So if you do the performance line, you're 90. If you do Shakeology, you're 90. I just always try to stay at 90 That way you know you're good. But so Emerald, you get $14 a cycle. Diamond, you get $18. So how you cycle is based on your right leg volume versus your left leg volume. And if we haven't talked about this yet, you can look in your back office and see which leg is your strong leg and which leg is your weak leg. So for example, whatever leg you are on of me is most likely your strong leg, especially, well, either leg is your strong leg. So for example, like Maria and Kristen, you guys are on my left. So I guarantee when you go look in your back office, the left leg here is probably higher than your right leg volume. And then Brittany and Krista and then Kevin are on my right leg. So their right leg is their strong leg. Your guys' left leg is your strong leg. And that is because when I put people, like Maria, remember when you messaged me like the first week you were coaching and you're like, did you give me a coach? When I sign people up, that volume goes up through you guys and comes into your team volume right here. And especially you guys right here, this is my weak leg. So when I'm signing up new coaches, I'm putting them on here. So I'm helping you build your volume. And vice versa over here, these two are in my second business center. So I'm usually alternating between people here. So you guys are getting volume that way as well. So to give you an example, when you go and look in your back office later, my right leg is my strong leg. So the leg that Kevin's on and the leg that my second business center is on is my strong leg. Left leg is my weak leg. So meaning my coach doesn't put anybody under me at all anymore. So I don't have any upline support because I'm her strong leg. Like it does her no good to put people on my strong leg. So for example, if this was the end of the week and I was to cycle, I would cycle one time because it's 200 volume on the right leg and 100 on my left leg. So I would cycle one time. So I'd make $18 off this cycle. Does that make sense so far? Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Oops, yeah, okay. Kristen, are you good?
Yeah.
Have I lost you yet? Nope, okay. So, what was I going to say? So you have 200 to 100. So really it doesn't do me a ton of good right now, income-wise, to put new coaches on my right leg. So any coaches that I am signing up typically go on my left leg because I want to build this volume so that I cycle more. I want to get that up to be more of a 2-to-1 ratio. So I want it to be 675 to 375 or 700 to 350 or whatever. So as you guys are starting to think and to move forward, it benefits you because when I started, I was just all discount coaches. So really, I didn't have a lot of volume. I had one really strong leg from my coach, and then my weak leg was very weak. And that might be where some of you are at right now. If you would go look in your back office, your left leg might be extremely high, and then your weak leg might not be as high. But remember, that's all banking. That's all accruing. For example, like I looked in my back office and my carryover volume, I have $8,000 just sitting there in volume waiting to be spent or given to me. So if I ever go inactive, which I never will, but if I did, I would lose all that volume. I'd lose that $8,000. So if you go and you look in that carryover volume, you can kind of figure that out too. So but which is nice. It's nice that we don't get that taken away, that it's there and it's ready for when you use it. So at Emerald, like I said, you cycle $14 a cycle and you cap out at $250. So like I said, when Kevin maxed out at $250 for a couple weeks, that was because at Emerald, you cap at $250. Diamond, it's $1,000, I think. So you have quite a bit more space at Diamond. All right. I'm going to keep going. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, shoot me your questions. But go in your back office and just kind of look around and look at this and see where you're at, try and figure out your strong leg and your weak leg, and getting to that point. So really getting to Emerald is important income-wise because you start that cycling process, and that helps you see a little bit more of the income side of it a little bit too. Okay, so here's the classic diamond. Like, this is how I was set up as a diamond. So here was me. Here was my discount coaches. Here's my discount coaches. Here was, at that time, Julie was working, so she had 2 people signed up. Here was Kevin. I put a couple people under him. I was diamond. Everything was awesome. Like, I got the cool black t-shirt, but I wasn't making jack squat for money because this is what was happening, right? I brought in 1080 of volume. I had equal on each leg because I didn't really have a strong leg. I didn't really have a weak leg. So I cycled 3 times, $18. I made $54 in the month, not just a week, in the month. So I had my commissions that were coming in. I hit Success Club 10, right? So I had $250 in commission and $50 in my team cycle bonus. When you can make up to $1,000, terrible, right? I do not want you guys to build this way, because this is just, who wants that? Who wants to build like that and just have recurring Shakeology orders? Like, you guys, I thought it was amazing. I'm like, woo, I'm a diamond. Oh yeah. No, I didn't understand, right? So I don't want you to be this way. I don't want you to be Kylie. I want you to be this coach, which is the 500 PV diamond, okay? So breaking this down, you're bringing in 500 points of volume, personal volume each month, and you're recruiting coaches that are bringing in 500 personal volume each month. So coming in total numbers wise, if you recruit all these coaches that do that, $6,000 in volume, $3,000 to $3,000 plus your 25%. I'll be honest, I actually don't really know. I skipped that, or I missed that when she was talking about that. So I'm not really sure what that means. I think that's commissions off of customer orders. Yes. Yeah, that's what it is. Commissions off of customer orders. And then you're going to cycle 20 times. So you're going to make $485 the month in your team cycle bonus as a new diamond, as having 2 working coaches that are Emerald. So what I want to do tonight is help you learn how you can get to be that 500 PV coach, how you can get to that point. And then as you start to recruit and bring in new coaches, we can duplicate this and start. So I figured, since most of you are newer, this would be the perfect time to implement this and start talking about this. So the first thing that we have to do is change our mindset, change how we're thinking about this. So we've got to get away from like just getting to that rank, like building as fast as we can, to really building the volume and building customers and that money that keeps going, right? So we have to meet the customers where they are. And like, for example, Chris. Sorry. Okay, so you have to meet your customers where you are. And for example, Kristen is a great example of this. She reached out and she's like, hey, I want to coach, or I want to be in your group, or whatever. And she told me right out the gate, she's like, I can't do Shakeology. Like, there's something in it that makes me allergic to it. And so I met her where we are. Like, we talked about her options. I let her know, we chatted about that, and we met her where she was. If I would have been like, well, you can't do Shakeology, you might as well just not even do that, I would have missed out on a great opportunity. She would have gone to somebody else, and she'd be on a different team, and I'd be kicking myself, right? So that's just an example, but to meet her where she's at. And so our first goal that we're going to talk about is to create raving customers. So customers that are in love with the group, in love with the products, just really feel connected to you and are excited about everything. And then create customers who influence. So they're going to be the ones that are going to give you referrals, or they're going to love your group so much that they're going to talk to their friends about it, and then they're going to become coaches, and so on. And then to create revenue per customer. So bringing them past the challenge pack past just that first group. And really that's where it starts with. It starts with the customers and continuing customers along, getting them a best experience. And I know it's on them, right? They've got to show up and they've got to do the work, but it comes to a point where we can do as much as we can too and look in the mirror and say, we did everything that we could for them. So our first goal is we got to attract those customers into our groups. And so, right now we're talking about 90-day holiday hustle and all that stuff. And so we're trying to entice people and attract them into this and then help them find a solution. And I sent you guys that sample I got from that gal about just creating that video and figuring out their goals and sharing with them what they get, that total solution, right? The fitness, the support, the nutrition, and then help them get amazing results. So, I've noticed myself lately, I've been trying to check in with my challengers more often. And yes, it's time consuming. It's taking a lot of my time and my energy, but some people need that. Some people need that help. They need you to continuously check in with them. And so create those raving customers, create the ones that are getting results and are excited, because I'm a true testament of it. The ones that get results and stick with it turn into your coaches and turn into your lifers with Shakeology and continue to come back. Create customers who influence. So that raving fan base, it expands your center of influence. So people are enjoying what they're doing. They talk to their friends about it and they encourage their friends to join your group. You can ask them if they have any friends that want to join the group. And then together, and you can talk about that on social media, how your customer and their friend are doing things together. Referral incentives. I do this every once in a while. I don't have a lot of really good luck with it, but asking if they have anybody that would want to join them. Do you have any friends that want to join or do it with you? Sometimes I'll do it for example, I would do it right now, like the last few customers that signed up, I would say, hey, do you have anybody that wants to join you? I have a spot left open. So if you have a couple challengers that just signed up, maybe reach out to them and say, hey, or next week after they've been working with you for a week, say, hey, I actually have an open spot. You don't have any friends that would want to join you or any family members or anything, do you? And then just see what happens. After they create that trust and their excitement with you, maybe bring that up to them and offer that, and creating that influence. And they're more likely to stick with it if they're doing it with someone else as well. And then create that revenue, that customer, like I said, carry them past the challenge pack. So past that point of they do something for 3 weeks and then it's over, it's done. And we know, being on Beachbody On Demand, they're with it for a year and sometimes they lose their focus, they lose their retention. But one thing I've been trying to do is continually reach out to them, at least once a month. Hey, I have a new group, would you be interested? Trying to carry them past that, really help them see, the importance of Shakeology, the importance of Energize, how great it is, those kind of things, that product education. One of the things I've tried to do is my new challengers, my new customers that sign up, I send them a sample of Energize just to give them something to try. And I've had so many of them turn around and purchase it because they've tried it and they love it, obviously. And so then they want that for themselves too. So just little things like that. Or, if you have somebody that's super hesitant about Shakeology, send them a packet, let them try it and carry them past that point and really educate them on what's going on. So that kind of brings me to really what I got fired up about after this call. And this gal that spoke to us, she talked about how her team does a monthly product highlight. And she said this is perfect for new coaches because, sometimes, and you guys have seen this too, you've been getting price objections. You've been getting 160 is expensive. I'm so busy right now, just things like that. And so with this product highlight, and this helps with your income too, we're going to get to that part. But she said, you focus on your 3 challenge packs, you focus on getting to Success Club, and then we pick a product that we're going to highlight that month. And then you work to get 3 people to purchase this product. So for example, in this picture, it's the 3-day refresh. So you have your 3 challenge packs that you sold, you've hit Success Club, Now you're going to try and reach out for 3 people to buy just the 3-day refresh. So you go back to the people from last month that gave you a price objection or a time objection, and you say, hey, like my team and I are doing this product highlight of the 3-day refresh. I'm looking for 3 people to give testimonies. It's 3 days. It's a cleanse. You can drop around 5 pounds, if not more, something like that. Cost them $70. You get 52 PV, so that if you sell 3 of those, 150 towards your 500 for the month, and then you get that $17.95 commission. So not only is this just helping you talk to people about the challenge pack, but then we have another focus for those people that maybe are time sensitive or money sensitive, and just gives different testimonies too, and different, people to, what am I trying to say? Trying to convert over to the challenge pack and that kind of thing. So I tried to break it down for Clean Week. And so they pay $29.95. So you get 3 people, $29.95 is what they pay. You would get 12 points for team volume, and that would go in that part where for the cycle. And then you would get 22 PV. So 22 personal volume points towards your 500. And then I couldn't remember if it was 20 or 25% commissions, but I think it's 25. So you would get anywhere between $650 and $750 off the commissions for that 7-day Shakeology sampler. So tracking your progress, breaking this down. So back to the example with the 3-day refresh. So you're aiming for 500 new personal volume points monthly. So you sell 3 challenge packs, the all access. You would end up with 405 personal volume, because 135 times 3, 405. And you would end up with 135 team volume. And then, like, let's say we were promoting the 3-day refresh. You sell 3 3-day refreshes. You get 52 personal volume points times 3, 156. And then you have your personal Shakeology or your personal performance line. That's 90 PV. That leaves you with 651 new PV. So you've reached that goal of 500. You've moved your income forward. You aren't just, and think of this like business-wise too. Like, I think one person told me one time, they're like, making 3 sales in a month as a business, would you be able to stay open? Like, would that really make you successful? So this is kind of trying to take a new spin on this. And this is new for me too, because I've always been challenge pack. But now I'm like, ooh, here's something that we could incorporate as a team and really highlight these things together, all boost our income, all boost our volume for this way. So this is month 1, right? This would be this month. You sell 3 challenge packs, 3 3-day refreshes. Now let's look at November. So last month's PV now becomes your residual PV. So you have those 3 Shakeology orders from the previous challenge pack orders. 90 times 3, you've got 270. You're going to sell 3 new challenge packs. So 135 times 3, that's 405. Now 3 new product testaments, like let's just, whatever it is, 38 times 3, 156 plus your personal order. So you're almost going to double that because you have that residual coming in to 921 personal volume, not to mention your commissions and everything on top of that. So like I said, back to that first image of that coach. I didn't have that residual part down. I didn't understand that residual part. When we break it down and look at it this way moving forward, now we're really going to focus on volume and meeting people's needs where we can. And I'll be honest, like when it came to Clean Week, I was kind of like I liked it, but then I was like, eh. But after this call, I was like, you know what? Like, this is something that I have to get on board with. Like, we have to make this happen because that's meeting people where they're at. And that's adding on to this and adding that residual income and selling other products and getting other things going forward. So here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm going to do. But I am opening it up and letting you guys jump in and do this with me if you want to, because I know a lot of you have been talking about it. And so let's do Clean Week for October. Now, before I go, you still got to focus on getting your 3 challenge packs, because that's still what brings you the most commission. That's still what brings you the most volume. And just getting to Success Club is something that should be non-negotiable. Like, it's just, the company recognizes you, it helps the team, it helps yourself, helps with the recognition side, and it's just one of those like non-negotiable things that just shows that you're doing what you need to be doing. So that should always be the first focus. And I'm going to talk moving forward what I think we should do in November and December, but so these are always going to kind of be towards the end of the month, so you can focus on hitting Success Club at the beginning, and then you have people to reach out to that gave you the money and the time objections. So, all right, so clean week, 7 days of Shakeology, nutrition, workout support, the solution to succeed, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do prep week next week, October 16th to the 22nd. And prep week is just going to be like, how do you make your Shakeology? Like, let's look through the nutrition guide, like just super basic stuff. Really the last day to order to get the Shakeology in time to at least try it during the clean week would be the 18th. Because say shipping's going to take a week, that would give them their Shakeology on the 25th. Middle of the clean week, they could jump in and do that. So then the actual clean week, we would run October 23rd through the 29th. And then that gives you 2 days, the 30th and the 31st, to convert those people to challenge pack sales for the end of October. So in my mind, what I see happening is I get in some people, I'm going to reach out to people that have given me price objections in August, in September, in October, and say, hey, like, my team and I are doing this solution, you know, $30, this is what you all get. Would you be interested? My hope is they jump in that group, they see the energy, they love Shakeology, they love the nutrition plans, they love me as their coach, and then they decide, you know what, this is worth it. This is worth the investment. I'm going to jump in for the 60 days, rest of your holiday hustle. That's how I see it. And that's how I'm looking at this group, is a way to kind of give them a glimpse, convert them over. So invite everyone that's giving you a price objection or time objection. And then between now and, you know, next Wednesday, I'm going to do a few public invites, some jabs along the way, like trying to talk about just tips with Clean Week and that kind of thing. And then, like I said, starting the group with the intention of converting those people to my customers at the end. So if this is something, I know some of you have been already inviting people and asking people and whatnot, but this was just kind of a last minute decision that I made, and I wanted to open it up to you to join in. And since Clean Week's new and we've never really done a group like this before. Okay, perfect. Yes. And Maria, I was super hesitant about doing that post because I was like, I have so many people right now that I'm talking to about the challenge group. But I was like, well, you know, and some people are just hesitant and they just want to see what it's all about. But yeah, Kristen, if you still have people or you have people that want to jump in now, like, you're more than welcome to, not a problem. I'm actually going to run the group with my success partner, Lisa. Some of you know her, some of you don't, but she's amazing. She's really awesome. So we're going to run that together. So her coaches will be in on that as well too. But we're just going to try and jump in and give it a lot of hype. And I'm just going to see who comments tonight, I'm going to do another call to action probably on Sunday. And then just some jabs in between and reach out to those people who've given me price objections, especially this month and stuff. So that's kind of my goal. It's kind of my thinking. I know it's super late notice, but I just thought to give you guys another goal of not just getting 3 new challengers with challenge packs, but also, you know, get 3 people in there to buy, or even like shoot for 5. You know, 5 would give you like $35 in commission. A little bit of that 22 times 5, you know, that'd give you 100 PV. So it'd help you start. You got 135. What was that? 135 times 3. So there, if you have 3 challenge packs and 5 clean weeks, that gets you your 500 PV right there. Not to mention your 90 PV. So you'd be almost 600 PV. Yep, it is similar to the point. And actually, like, from people that had already commented on it, were actually people I've been talking to a lot that never pull the trigger. So I'm anxious to see, and I was hesitant to put the price on there, but then I was like, why not? Like, because how many times do you talk to somebody and then they're like, oh, this costs money? So why not just put it out there? If they're going to comment, then go from there. So I'll be honest, I'm kind of winging it, but that's okay. All right. So then I got to thinking, I'm like, all right, what about November? What about December? Like, what are some products that we could highlight that would increase that volume for you guys, that would give you something else to focus on? Or, you know, and even right away, as soon as somebody, like November 1st, you send out an invite to somebody and they're like, well, I don't really have the money right now for 160 challenge pack. Oh, okay. Well, hey, my team and I are doing a 3-day refresh, a 3-day cleanse at the end, right after Thanksgiving. It's $70, 3 days, drop you 5 pounds, just kind of get you going, because you're going to overindulge over the holiday weekend. Would you be interested in that? Then you can start talking about that right away. So I was thinking about that, doing the 3-day refresh. So it'd be November 27th through the 29th. Gives you a little bit more volume, gives you a little bit more commission. And then that's always a good one to do after a holiday. So I thought about doing that as our product highlight for November, not to mention then that gives you people that you can use their testimony. You can use their before and after when it comes for the 3-day refresh. One other thing too, if you guys do a post like I did tonight, throw in something about getting a t-shirt, because I'm pretty sure, because I was looking, I'm pretty sure they get a free shirt for submitting their results, because where did I see it? Oops, I'm unstable. There's only a few that don't get a shirt. So I'm pretty sure they would get a shirt for that. I wish I would have said something about that, but I'll say that when I message them. And then in December, I thought about doing like a 7-day shake off. So like a 7-day group where they can either do the sampler pack if they haven't done that yet, or I've been buying packets lately, and so then they could just buy 7 packets from me, pay for shipping, pay me through PayPal, and then I would just send them to them. But doing like a 7-day shake off where they would give new recipes and different things. I only have 5 days on there, but we could do 7 days or whatever. So I thought about doing that just to try and highlight Shakeology more. We could do like Shakeology and Daily Sunshine, or we could do just Daily Sunshine or a mixture of both or whatever. But I kind of was thinking about that just to mix it up too, so we have different stuff to invite to and different ways to try and build that volume and different things. So just kind of keep that in your back pocket. If you have other ideas, let me know. I also thought about doing like an Energize challenge too. But these were the ones that I figured with the time of the year, like these were the ones that stuck out to me the most that I thought might be beneficial. I totally want to do a shake up. Yeah. I've actually never done one. I've always been like, stuff like this is just hard because people have to purchase by a certain time. So I always get hesitant, but I just got to bite the bullet and do it. Like, it's just do it, right? So just keep that in your back pocket. But I was thinking, trying to do some more, incorporating more stuff like that. Okay, last thing I want to talk about. I brought this up last week, and then we didn't have our call, and so then I forgot to share with you guys and explain this to you. But so the quarter, and this is something that they've never done before. They did it in Q3, which just ended last week, 2 weeks ago. But they do a diamond bonus. And so the rules is that you have to hit diamond by November 22nd and hold it for 6 weeks. So you have to hit it by November 22nd, because then that's 6 weeks until the end of December. You have to hold your diamond for 6 consecutive weeks. You also have to hit Success Club in October, November, and December for that to happen. So what I would suggest doing is, if there's something you want to push for, because you've got 6 weeks, it's totally doable. If it's something you want to push for and you want to try and earn that bonus and sign up a few working coaches, the first thing I would do is get yourself to Emerald as soon as possible. I mean, obviously hit Success Club in October, but get yourself to Emerald for sure by the end of the month. And so I would sign up a family member, a spouse, somebody whose account you can work, because you can work you plus 2. So you can work your account and then 2 other people's. So my plan is I'm working on getting Kevin to Diamond. And I made the decision this week that I'm going to build my mom to Diamond too. Because of the bonus and just because of trying to increase my income and get us closer to our end of the year goals. So yeah, so I've kind of started making a list of family members that I'm like aren't on Shakeology yet, that maybe they want to try it for a couple months. And so I'm doing it. Like, if you guys want to do it with me, like, go for 6 weeks and shoot and push to make it happen. Like, I'm gonna do it. You can do it with me. It's scary because it's insane, but 6 weeks. And just so you know, like, Kevin started last week he hit Emerald last week. So he had 2 active coaches under him last week. So he's basically starting from the ground up. Just got to Emerald last week. So if you are there and you want to make it happen, you can. It's just a matter of just being consistent and building that relationship with your challengers and posting about coaching and using that list of 75 things and going from there. So, but it's $250 is what this is if you hold for 6 weeks, and then 11/22 would be your cutoff. That would be the time that you have to make it happen by. So let's see. I'm trying. Yes. All right. So what questions do you guys have? Was that helpful, or did I just like completely overwhelm you? Totally helpful. Awesome. Good. Okay, good. And like I said, I didn't get taught these things when I first started. And I look back now and I'm like, oh, even though you're probably sitting here like, and your mind is going like this, because I know mine would be, I still wish I would have known those things. So when it came to signing people up, or when it came to placing my coaches, then I would have known, where to place them, how to place them, that kind of thing. So don't hesitate to reach out with these questions, because it is confusing, and I'm still trying to figure out all the volume and compensation and everything too, but this kind of gives you an idea. So shooting for that 500 PV from your customers every month, I think, is a great way to start building your business and your residual income. And then as soon as we bring on new coaches, teaching them that same thing. So good. I'm glad it was helpful. I went way over, but that's okay. All right. Well, I'm going to stop recording.